Hey guys, you know what today is. It's Talk About It Tuesday. Got my music. And my guest is here. That's right. We're on location. You know I love on location because that means my guest is right here with me. And I have her with me, the beautiful and talented. Hi, honey. And we got our wine. Let's see who we got here. We got
my friend
Joey.
Liana.
Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we want to send out some invites from our pool of people. Is there someone particular you like for me to send an invite to?
Send it all. Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
How was your day?
Oh, it was intense. You know, it was an intense day. But here I am in this lovely studio.
Thank you.
With you, drinking wine. It's so great.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Turning up on a Tuesday.
I got my app at the Wawa so that I could get a free coffee on Tuesdays.
Oh,
so
right.
That's a little shout out for Wawa.
Thank you, Wawa.
Yeah.
All right. It's making these crazy colors, but we still gonna keep it moving.
Should I turn this?
You can turn it down. Now. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the first woman VP.
Yes.
The first woman Black VP.
Yes. Oh my God, that made me cry. It made me cry.
You and me both. Girl. I was like so happy. I'm so glad the 45 is going out. Getting out of that house, man.
Oh my God. When I was watching all my friends who have girl children, and I was watching them all share and show their little girls watching Kamala Harris address the world. Like, it was really emotional. I was like, this is big for you and me.
Yes.
It's big for all of us, and it's really big for every little girl out there. I was so it made me feel
I was thinking because my granddaughter was born this year, and I was like, I'm so excited for her because this is, her first year of life. All this crazy stuff happen, and here she gets an opportunity to be a part of history. Yeah. So all those children, all those mothers out there that had children this year, what a relief.
What a relief.
What a relief.
Woo!
And let's see, your friend said,
my friend Liana. Oh yeah, I've known her since I was 18.
Oh my gosh. I know she got some stories on you. And I see Yvette has joined us. Carmel Jones, the author. Got to get you on here, beautiful. We got a little crazy lights going on. I think it's because of the signal, but we're going to keep it moving because that's what we do. We had some crazy stuff going on, but that means that it's going to be a great, great interview.
Yes.
So, let's see. How did we meet? We met at the Bridge. At the Bridge
PHL Theater Festival.
And that was before I was a part of your production, Trojan Woman.
Yeah, you were in a piece that Collective Mike did, I guess, 2017?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's right. It was 2017.
When I think you wore the dress that's like this dress and you did the dance.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's a funny story, but we're not going to worry about that right now. It's all about her today. It's all about her. So, how long have you been acting? Like, how long has this been your journey?
I've been performing since, basically, it's been since 1997 when I graduated from University Arts as a musical theater major. Okay. Started my career. I went out into the world and I was auditioning everywhere. I was doing lots of things. And then somewhere like 2003, I had an epiphany. I was on my honeymoon and I was standing in front of the statue of Athena and she was like smiting humans in this big posture. And there was like snakes all around her dress. And I was like, wow, usually Medusa has snakes. I don't know, something started gestating. And then when I got home, I realized that I was going to create a cabaret called Medusa Sings the Blues.
I remember you saying this.
That's right. Because you would too if you had
the makeup and I remember
I put the wig. I went and got the wig, and at the same time that I had this like epiphany, and then I basically started my theater company, Naked Feet Productions, with the creation of this particular performance. Medusa Bar opened up on 21st and Chestnut. Maybe people know where Medusa Bar is.
I know where that's at.
Yeah, right. Right. So I went down there to Medusa Bar and I was like, hey, I'm going to do a show here. And the bartender was like, okay. And then when I showed up with my band, he was like, oh, wow, you really are doing a show here. I was like, I told you I was doing a show here. So we showed up and and we did it. And that was the first time I launched my company. And I started realizing I had more work to say, more things to do than was necessarily being offered in the Philadelphia community. I had a voice that wasn't necessarily being, my voice was unique. And so then I just started producing and directing my own work and the work of other artists. And Naked Feet launched. And then, of course, Gabby Corsaro and I have been longtime friends.
Shout out to Gabby.
That's right, Gabby. Yes, Medusa will come back. Don't worry.
She should.
Yes, absolutely. She will. She's very demanding.
Yes. I know she is.
She's a goddess. And when she's like, you're going to speak for me, then whoa,
Now, where did the name of that production come from? You saying Naked Feet?
Naked Feet Productions. It's like when
I always wanted to ask you that too.
Yeah. Oh, well, when your feet are naked, when they're bare, you are connected to that which is under you, the earth, the mother, the root. You are raw and present when Native Americans when they basically didn't want to wear shoes, and he said it felt blind without. So I felt like that was really me talking about what the work was that I want to do, of like being present, grounded, and right here with, and femme-centric work because I'm a woman, and you're a woman, So.
It's so crazy that you said that. I was thinking that's probably where it came from because of the simple fact that my grandmother used to be outside and like just standing in the middle of the field and with no shoes on.
Yeah.
And I asked her one time, I was like, why do you do that? She's like, "This, I'm connecting."
Yes.
And I didn't understand it as a child, but as I got older, it made so much sense to me. And like sometimes, like in the morning, I like to go outside in my backyard and just stay in there and like talk to my mom, just to connect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's why. And then I kind of am barefoot most of the time. I teach theater, and all the times we were doing Trojan Women. I should take my shoes off and get connected to what's under me. I feel like it's just also honest. It's like you can't hide. You can't hide. Your feet are right there. So
it's so exposed. We had some guests. We have Lady New York 1374. Thank you so much for joining us. And Salon Elevations, thank you so much for joining us. So with the acting, with the production crew, you started producing and directing. How many productions have you produced now with Naked Feet?
I don't know. Let's see. We started in 2003, and it was like at least one a year. So, and then, of course, sometimes two, depending. So I guess, 10?
10? Really?
15? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to count back.
Okay.
I've produced Medusa a few times. I directed a bunch of times, different things here and there along the way. Somebody else's.
Oh, Misha, he is amazing. I definitely want to. You got to meet this brother.
I want to meet him.
Definitely meet this brother. He's an actor. He does a lot of other, far as martial arts and stuff. And I see KAR Creature. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. You guys, you got to put up them hearts and let us know that you're listening. Or if you hear something that you're interested in, asking a question, there's a little question mark at the bottom. So feel free to ask us any questions, either one of us, especially this one. You want to ask her.
I wear my snake earrings too, as for my Medusa.
Well, man, I can't wait till you bring Medusa back.
Yes, she's I was thinking that maybe this summer, but when Medusa calls and she says, she wants to have a show, then I have to kind of drop everything because she's so demanding and she's so theater is the framework where the gods take charge. And that is a truth the ancient Greeks knew, and it's still the truth. It is the place where we go to honor the gods, and the gods really are do use it as a place to manifest in a sense, creative space, Yeah. So when Medusa comes, it's gonna sound crazy, but when Medusa wants to be there, she's like, bam, and, she's also the goddess of horror and terrifying things. So. I've got to be ready to say yes to my fears. I've got to be ready to say yes to embracing that which is most terrifying to me, and just be like, it's okay, I'm free. And then my voice comes.
So what do you do to prepare? Like, what is something that you do as a teacher as well as a performer? What do you do to prepare for your different roles, especially Medusa?
Oh, well, Medusa, I've been kind of like channeling her and thinking about the things, like if Medusa was here right now, what would she be doing? And it's a comedy, so, you know, like the joke is that, you know, she didn't really get her head chopped off by Perseus. That was all propaganda so he could become king.
Of course.
So she just like took off, went to Italy, started the Renaissance by turning all these people to stone. Then,
I love it.
Then she ended up in America, eventually opened up a speakeasy, right? She started her blues singing career by singing for Ray Charles in his backup band, because she didn't have to worry that she'd turn him to stone because he was blind. And
of
so
course.
She wasn't worried. He like coached her and made her feel, because sometimes she felt bad about how, you know, she couldn't control her rage. But then she took anger management classes. And then
I love it. She's got it all down, Peggy. You guys hear this?
Yeah. So, you know, there's a whole, like, she's got a whole journey. For other things, like I did my Karen's Anonymous, which was
I was just getting ready to ask you about that.
Oh my God. So this summer, with all those crazy ladies, starting with Amy Cooper, I just was like, these women, what the hell is wrong with them, right? They need to be exposed, and it needs to be comedy. So I just started doing research on all these ladies, and all of the stuff that was in that play was basically stuff that I pulled right off Instagram that some of these ladies had said, like, verbatim.
Now, what was the most crazy, obnoxious thing that was said that just really was like, you know, I gotta put this in here?
Oh, well, the Svetlana Flom, the Russian character, she was the pregnant lady in New York who complained because there was a black woman sitting on a park bench, right? So she called the cops, and she was like, right? Her husband like left, he walked away, he was like, whatever, right? She's got this sun hat. She looks so like,
I saw the picture.
Right, but like when she was being called to task on Twitter, like people were like attacking her, she was like, "This is wrong. Why am everyone following me? I'm not white trash." And she said those things, right? I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta write this down."
This is good. She's definitely gonna be in this.
She was. Oh my gosh, she was so much fun too.
And the wig and the hair.
Too much, right?
You got right into character. I love it.
Funny.
I love it.
So funny. And then my friend Zara, who's an amazing makeup artist, I went and I would go to her house, and she'd do my makeup for the different characters. And I'd go home and I would record the whole thing in my bathroom, because that's where the best light was in my house.
See, that's what you call creative. You make it happen. You go right in the bathroom with the best light. Nice, you know, sound. Perfect.
That's right. It was perfect. It was a perfect place to do.
That was her studio, y'all.
That's right. And then of course,
I think a lot of people create in the bathroom anyway.
It is. It's a creative space. You know, you kind of like contemplative and everything. Yeah. So anyway, that was that. And then Martha Stewart, right? My friend Lois Abdulmalik, who runs she's the director of theater at Eastern University where I teach. I was running it by her. I was like, I'm going to do this play about the Karens, and they're going to be it's like Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's really Karens Anonymous. But who's going to be the mediator? And she was like, Martha Stewart. So I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So,
now, how can people see this again that they haven't seen?
Oh, you can go to YouTube, go to the Bridge PHL Theater Festival. Everything that we've ever done is up there. The Bridge PHL, we've been running for 5 years. All of our shows are up there, and you can go to my show launched on the Saturday night performance of The Bridge this year.
Okay, cool. So you guys heard that. You go to YouTube and go to the Bridge PHL, and you can see all these performances.
Yes.
You can see the ones that everybody's done. You got the Collective Mic, you got Naked Feet. You got, I don't think we did anything with Runway Run, but I know that there's a lot of, those are the main ones that I know. Those are the two ones that I
would T.S. Hawkins, all of her work is up there.
Janelle
and Susan have a bunch of pieces up there. We have a lot of really amazing, talented
And the best
artists.
thing about that with YouTube and with social media, we can actually go back and see the things that we worked on, because sometimes I know for me, it's like, I miss my people. Like, I miss the theater. I miss that energy. Like, what are we going to do?
I don't know, but this has got to stop. We need live theater. Live theater is vital. It's not the same on YouTube, and it's not the same, in space. Like,
I'm just going to have bubble theaters.
Bubble theater. Bubble theater. Okay.
That's what
do people think about bubble theater?
Yeah, you got to quit. Look, what do y'all think? Like, would you come to a theater if it was set up like that and it was only a certain amount of seating, just to come see your friends or family, or just to be a part of that energy again? So let's see who's going to answer that question. So we do have some new people here. We have Safe Ready. Thank you so much for joining us. Philly Mama Bear. That's my girl. She has amazing jewelry she makes. And Actor Dumas. Yeah. Oh, listen. That's your girl, Leanna.
Yeah, that's my girl, Leanna. Thank you, Leanna.
Oh,
it was pretty fun.
You seen it? She was.
No, she's watching. She's in York right now.
Oh wow!
I know.
Really? Now, what does she do?
She is a teacher and an educator.
Oh, that's what I was about to get to next.
Yes.
We were talking about that earlier with you being a teacher during COVID.
Yes,
I know you got some stories.
Oh my God, I do. I do. It's a crazy time. Today, I was literally trying to get my students to be as engaged in as possible, and I was like, "Slay the dragon! Zeus is throwing lightning bolts!" And they just are looking at me like, "Miss, you are crazy." But that's okay. You know, I'm like, I lost at least 3 pounds just jumping up and down.
Well, see, that's a good thing.
I know, right?
It all works out.
Trying to exercise.
You did your job. You lost some weight.
Yeah, right?
Now you're having some wine.
Right. Well, then they're all like sitting there. They're like...
It's hard to engage them as much. I've talked to a couple of people that have children, even with my son and the grandbabies. It's hard for them to, they have that outlet that they normally have when they were in school, and then be home with mom and dad, so they've gotten a little lax. Some people even let their kids be up too late, so they be falling asleep in front of their computer.
I know.
And they're real young kids. And I'm like, you need to take that stuff from them. You got to get back to their regiment, So I know that's challenging, especially as a teacher and as a parent, because your son is with you majority.
Yeah, he is also taking online school.
Oh my
we go to school. He goes to he goes to school where I teach. So he goes and he does his work out of my class, my office, and I teach from my classroom. And it's difficult. And what I think what I've been contemplating is that we have been conditioned as a society to look at a screen passively and just receive information. We stare at the television, we stare at the movie theater, right? We aren't conditioned societally to interact with that at all, in any kind of physical way. So this is like a whole other landscape that's never been experienced before, So
and it's difficult when you're a teacher and you got a child that's in that's in school. So how do you balance that and your downtime? Like
downtime? What's that?
If only.
Yeah, there's no downtime. Though no, we're watching television
right?
Yeah, Queen's Gambit right now. It's really, really good.
Oh my God, one of my friends just told me about it. I definitely want to see that because I love chess. I really am not that good of a player, but I love to watch. And I think it's just the challenge of it all sometimes. But we do have some new guests. We have C Dazzle. Oh, that was my girl. I used to work with her at West.
Hi, C Dazzle.
What is it? Promise Neighborhood. Yeah, we were a part of that. So, what do you have coming up next? I know that we were talking yesterday, and we were talking about you have the showcase that's coming up in the spring.
Yeah, we're talking about right now, Gabby and Renee and Merle and all of our other artists and artistic our advisors. We have to get together and kind of figure out what are we going to do for our spring. Now, last year for the Bridge PHL Theater Festival, we were going to do this Black female playwrights reading series that you were going to be a part of.
Yep.
And then she was going to be it. And then we had 2 pieces picked, one for March, one for April. Merle was going to direct the one, and I think I was going to direct the other. Now,
more likely you were.
I was so hard to remember. It was so long ago. And we had flyers and everything was out. It was so exciting. And then Marita Bonner and Shirley Graham were our featured playwrights. And then COVID and we had to cancel the whole thing. So I'm hoping that we can try to do that again for the spring, even if it's like an online presentation or some sort of offering. There's a bunch of other things sort of in the works right now that I'm not really ready to talk about out loud at the bridge until we know what's happening. But I know I wanted to do something to maybe honor my friend Lily Bita, who died a few years ago. I was thinking, and I was thinking, maybe of putting something together with her poems, or I don't know. I just haven't had a chance to kind of sit down and really contemplate it. And then, of course, I do want to bring Medusa back because she needs to be revived.
She needs to be revived.
She really does. It's so much work, She's so like, wah! And then my husband dresses up like Cyclops, and he wears a cyclopean eyeball on his head.
There's a picture of both of y'all, I think, on your page.
Yeah, and my brother, my sister in the band, because it's a mythological blues band.
I can't wait to see this.
Oh my God, it's fun.
I don't think I knew you then. I think I knew you after that when you started, because you said 2003 when you guys started. Yes,
I started that, but I've done Medusa a couple times. She's revived every couple of years. I bring her back, and I tweak the show a little bit, and I change out a different song.
Do you always do it there though? Do you always do it at Medusa's bar?
No, Medusa's not even there anymore. I did it there a couple times, and then we did it a couple times at Latage. Above from Beaumont, we did it a couple times, and then I've done it at the Rotunda, and then actually I just ran into Rob, Netoff. I just ran into him, and he remembered Medusa from 2003, 4, 5 at a Vagabond fundraiser.
A series of this.
Yeah, Vagabond fundraiser at the Greek church. He was telling me all. I was like, oh my God, I forgot that we did that. And then Charlie Del Marcel was like the Dirty Santa, and it was a big fundraiser. And Medusa sat on his lap, and it was just
oh
my God.
You having fun with that character.
Yes.
So I see we have Main Beauty Room. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, Leanne says, will this? Oh yes, it definitely will be available to view. I'm going to tag her so that way you can see it in her IGTV, and I'll be posting it on my page on Facebook as well. So you will be able to see it again. And if you go to YouTube, Queen DMC Network, and subscribe, you can see all the shows since I started doing this.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I want people to. I just want to connect. That's a big thing for me.
I know you're very good at it.
Thank you.
You're good at networking.
Thank you.
You're like bam, bam, bam.
I try.
Yes.
No, I like a lot of times people say I try, but if you actually are doing it, then you're doing it. You gotta stop saying trying.
Right, you're doing it already. You're just doing it.
Just doing it. So yeah, I can't wait to meet her. I feel like I know her already because she's
probably do.
She's been really staying in tune with the conversation. So put up some hearts.
Yeah, hearts. Put some hearts there. Yay! Okay.
Some mind elevations. Thank you. So
what else?
We're going to talk about the kids with acting.
Okay.
How is it for you? Because I know your son doesn't act, but
he has been forced to take theater classes that I teach. Yeah, because in the past I've been his teacher, so he's been made to teach theater, and he's actually very good. He's just like, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah. He has his own creative.
He's got his own thing. And that's totally fine.
So how was it? He had a birthday, didn't he?
Oh, it's coming. November. At the end of November, he's going to be 13.
So how are you guys going to do? Because that's a big thing I wanted to ask a lot of people. Like when it comes to parents and being a creative, when it comes down to like events and things like that with the holidays, like how is it for a parent with children that's used to doing things? How are you guys going to do it this year for his birthday?
For his birthday, I don't know. His dad and I are talking about it. We have a good friend is coming down from Vermont who, like, his friend he's known all his life. He has cousins in the city who we hope that we can gather somewhere safe and do something small.
At least the weather has been pleasing.
Yes. So hopefully it'll be nice. Maybe we can do something outside. I'm not really sure what we're going to do. It's really, like, last year we went to the Rock Gym and then we went and got pizza, and that was like great. And this year, what are we going to, he's turning 13.
Maybe make an obstacle course somewhere.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. There's so many things.
There's so many things that you could do, but then with the social distancing, people don't want their kids around other kids and stuff like that. So that's the only thing. I know for my grandson, for his birthday this year, we did that. I did an obstacle course because he wanted a bike, so it worked out.
Yeah.
You know, and he just turned 4, but like he was turning 18 or something.
Right. No, 13's a big one, and want to honor that, and then figure out also like be safe and respect everybody's feelings about everything that's going on too. Like everybody's got their different boundaries. You got to know, where everybody's boundary is.
At least we passed that stage where we was about to snap because y'all was in the house for so long.
Oh my god. People would walk by this house, by the street, and I'd be like, "Look, it's a person. Look, there's another one." I feel like a house cat.
There's people out there.
Hi, are you a human being? I'm a human being. Can we have a conversation? I know you don't know me. It's fine.
Salon Elevations is asking where's
the Rock Gym? Oh, the Rock Gym on York. York. It's like 21 something York Street. It's between
I'm trying to think. I know
Aramingo and like Cedar Street. There's a rock gym, and so that's what I know. I don't know if they've opened up since COVID. I know they closed down in March, and I haven't gone back to check. But it's great. We went there. We took him on a party. All the kids went. Hello,
Sharad. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. So with everything, well, we already talked about that, and we talked about your productions that's coming up. Is there anything that's going on or that you have that you want to discuss, like as far as the bridge or any fundraisers that's going on with everything as far as COVID?
We don't have any fundraisers going on right now with the bridge. Now that like we had our festival, it was like now we kind of like, and then in January we're going to start ramping up again. You can always make a donation to the bridge. You can go to thebridgephl.org. We are under an umbrella nonprofit, so that we do receive funding. Fund if you want to donate to our cause. And the Bridge PHL is sort of like in 2014, I want to say. Gabby Corsero, who is my longtime friend.
Shout out to Gabby.
Yes, Gabby. I don't know where she is, but whatever. She'll tune in later.
Yep.
Merlin Brown, who's one of my mentors.
Oh, we love Merle.
Love my Merle. And Kathy Harmer and a couple of other women. We all came together and we were like, we want to create something. We were trying to recreate something that had been going on previously through Greenlight Plays, but Greenlight Plays had gone back across to California, and so Alex Dilks-Pendola had moved her production company, and so we're like, well, we're trying to recreate it, and in the recreating of it, it transformed into the Bridge PHL, which was fostering healing connections between diverse communities through powerful acts of theater. And that took time.
I love how she knew that. She just ran it right off.
That's our mission statement always. So we, took a couple of years. We were like, okay, we're going to do this together. Finally, 2016, bam, first show. We had, my theater company had to create a 45-minute piece for the.
Wow, what was that piece?
It was called Beloved Community, and it was intense. I had a lot of like God was really showing me some big stuff as I was working towards this goal of like trying to, reach connections and feel, I was just trying so many things, and it just struck me. I mean, I was reading something that Martin Luther King had written, and he talked about the beloved community, and I was like, that's the play.
Yeah.
And then I had an audition, and I was like, we're going to make a play, and it's called Beloved Community, and I don't know what it is yet.
Was it a big cast?
We had 6 people in it. Tasha Holmes was in it.
Oh, that's my girl. Shout out to
Tasha.
Tasha.
I met Tasha Holmes. J.T. Lynn was in it, and that's where we met him too. And Shelley Pentamel, who directed Karen's Mouse, has been part of the Bridge for all these years. She's my close friend. She was in it, and so we basically we just worked and created, collaborated, and brainstormed and wrote things down until we created this piece that was 45 minutes long, and it was It was amazing. And I trusted these actors so much, and they were so brilliant, and they were so creative. Oh, Susan Chase was in it.
Yeah.
That's where we met Susan, too.
I like Susan. She does some really good stuff.
She's fantastic. And so we all came together, and we were just created
manifestation.
We did. We created it. And what was great is they trusted me. They were like, I was like, I don't know what the play looks like yet, but I know what it will look like when we're done. And so because I just was like, I had a vision, but I didn't know what it was, but I knew that if I gathered enough creative people together, we would find the path. And we did. Yeah. And we did. And that was the best. You can see that on YouTube too. All three, there's like the whole beloved community. There's 3 videos on our YouTube channel, so you can watch the whole thing.
So the YouTube channel again is Bridge PHL.
Yeah, The Bridge PHL Theater Festival. Go to YouTube. Oh, look at all those hearts.
Yes, thank you so much for the hearts. That really lets me know that you're paying attention and you're loving the show.
Thank you.
Which is greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. We do have someone else. We have Demetrius Motion Bullock. He's the one that did my Guitar Queen.
Oh,
He took it and made that into a work of art.
That was a totally sexy picture of you.
Thank you. Totally. Thank you. I actually took that picture right here.
Did you? This is such a great space. I love it.
I love the energy. That's what it's about. And then we have, she said, such a powerful play.
Did you see The Beloved Community? She might have seen it. Wow. Oh, that's my sister, Car Creature.
Okay.
Yes. There's my sister, Macarius. Yes, she was there on the day that we presented it. Well, now we do The Bridge, and I don't need to make a 45-minute play to fill Act 2 because we've got so many people who are part of our production, everything.
So how many production teams have you had there at The Bridge PHL?
Good Lord. That's a great question.
Because the combined creativity is so many people in the same room.
Yeah, that's
what I really liked about performing here.
Yeah. No, there's so much awesome energy. There's so much powerful, creative people who are participating. There's like 100 different actors, producers, directors at any given time. Just so many people.
Photographers.
Yes, photographers.
Kid actors I've seen there.
Yes, all those
and festivals. There's been a couple of other festivals I've seen there as well. I remember when I was a kid, they used to have something there. I don't know if it was like a dance or something, but I remember that space when it was, it wasn't as an older building as it is.
I know, but we love it. Shout out to Gina Renzi of the Rotunda.
Yes. Okay, she's saying Bridge PHL. Is that a question? Am I seeing a question mark?
The Bridge PHL? Yes, Bridge PHL. PHL is in Philly, but we're abbreviating. So go to YouTube and type in the search The Bridge PHL Theater Festival. And you'll see.
That's my girl, The Art of Living Well. She is amazing. She does my shea butters and my oils and stuff. And she even did a fragrance for me, which I like.
Kind of personal.
Yes, you gotta have a signature.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and it's right there at 40th and Walnut, right next to the theater.
The Rotunda. The Rotunda.
Yay! Got it on my way.
Oh gosh,
we're not there right now.
She's coming. Rotunda's closed right now, but that's okay. She's going to YouTube, I think.
Okay, I hope
she's going to YouTube. Yeah, you can watch everything. You can stay up all night and watch all the shows, all 5 years of them.
Yeah. And it's such a great dynamic, and she's actually working on something too.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful! I love this. This thing is happening though that people are like stuck and they're like, I gotta create something.
Because right now you definitely had a time. We're all like I say all the time, we're all the lead characters in this crazy 2020. So everybody should be writing something because you're a part of history. And we need to be able to tell the other generations. I mean, so much has happened. We had COVID.
Yeah.
We got rid of 45. We have our first black VP. I don't know how many times you're going to hear me say that. And she's a woman.
Yes.
So, so how do you feel about that? Because I really feel, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, I really feel that it's going to be a great change. Because of the simple fact that there's a woman in the house.
I do believe that. I feel like she has such a strength and she is so no nonsense. And that's exactly what the patriarchy needs. They need this woman, this black woman who's powerful and she's like, I'm going to get things done.
Yes,
and that's what a movie theater?
It's right next to the movie theater.
The Rotunda, yeah.
That's what we're saying.
But don't go there right now. Nobody's there because the theaters are closed. But go to the YouTube channel.
You can see all the productions. All the productions that ever came out of Bridge PHL.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
do
we
them all at the Rotunda.
Yes. As I was saying, for as
Kamala Harris.
Yes, Kamala Harris.
I think it's beautiful. I'm so excited. And you know what I love? I don't know if you've been watching SNL at all, and all of their takes on it. And I just love the interpretation of Kamala Harris on SNL. It is hilarious and awesome. And that I don't know if you watched the debate.
What's her name that plays her?
It's awful.
I love her as an actress.
I love her too. I can't remember off the top of my head. I apologize if you're watching.
Sorry, please forgive us.
Please.
But we know you're doing an amazing job. We just can't remember your name right now.
That doesn't mean we don't love you. It just means we're old.
We have so many things going on. Creative space going on up
Oh my God. I did a play called Women of Fire and Blood in 2012. It was written by my mentor and one of my dear, like my soulmate, Lily Vita, who I was talking about before. Yeah. And there were 11 monologues. All the monologues were about it was from the woman's perspective, the woman like Cassandra's perspective, and from Medea's perspective, and from Clytemnestra. So all the ancient, powerful female characters of Greek mythology, but they were telling their story with their words. It was a really powerful piece.
Wow!
And there were so many words that I memorized all these monologues, and I was like in it all the time that I would forget really simple things like where I put my keys, and I'd forget like walked out the house without my shoes on because it was like all the normal things were being pushed out of my head because I had all of this like other stuff I was memorizing, and I was so focused on it. It was such a great experience to be able to, you know, I produced it, I performed all 11 monologues. Yeah, it was.
You are amazing. That's why I said that, guys. She's amazing. So what do you do to memorize? Like, what is your method?
Oh, so
if you don't mind sharing.
Not at all. So, you know, I read it and I read it and I read it, and then basically especially if it's not like a play, where if the play, it's easier to remember because you're basing your memorization on actions that you're doing, you know, like you go over there and I'll remember that I say it because you're over there and I'm over here and whatever, or I need to do this thing, and to do it I need to say these words and that's how I'm going to remember it. But with like the monologues, I would basically just go through it and I'd read it and read it and read it, and then I look at the first couple words and I look away and I memorize it and I look away and then I'm just like reciting them. Sometimes I record them and I listen to them and then I stop and I say it and da-da-da. But, you know, memorization like that has always come very easily for me. But it's also one of those things where as soon as I don't need it, my head, it drops out. Some people can remember something and they remember the text and they remember their lines for years and years. And I don't. Once I don't need it anymore, it's like my brain's like, okay, and it puts it in the archive.
It's like puts it in a bucket.
Yeah, and I might remember it if I need it again, but it's like way back there.
I can remember like maybe a couple of stance. But not the whole thing.
No, unless I'm doing it over and over again. But no.
And do you try to put a beat to it? Because I've always been the type of child. I put a little beat to almost everything.
Sometimes I do. What I do is I memorize it with different accents and different voices, because I don't want to get stuck in a pattern. I want it to be very natural, and I want it to feel like it's really flowing. You know, so if especially when there's like a play where you're reacting off of somebody, you don't want to get stuck in that rhythm of like saying it the same way, because what if they deliver it differently, and if you're not really listening, you're going to get stuck in that same pattern of speaking instead of actually honestly replying with the text. So I try to just, you know, sometimes I'll say it like a vampire, you know, or like, I'm going to say it with a southern accent. I'm going to memorize the words however you can, without nailing down the tempo or the inflection or the pitch.
I remember you telling us that. That's why I wanted you to share that. Because I remember when we were doing Trojan Woman and you had the lights dark, and I was going through, everybody was going through something in the room, I think, that night. And you was like, we're just going to clear out the room, and you turn the lights off. And you allowed us to just home in on that energy of the room and how we were feeling, because we were all going through something, you know, personally. And I think that was a eye opener for me, because it was so much personal stuff going on, and I think I got really honed in to what you wanted. You know, I think all of us did. I think it was like a good cry night too. It
was really good. I mean, we had to cry. It was the Trojan women. The Greeks had taken over Troy. They were going to rape all the women and kill all the children, and it was horrible. No, that was actually one of the most amazing experiences. It was so powerful. And it come from the idea, I'd been working at another school, and I had assigned my 8th graders. The 8th graders at this other school at the time, they had a project called the Art and Social Change Project.
Okay.
And so they would be given a piece of art, and they had used to just be given a piece of music. And then when I came along, now I was giving them like a text or a play or a piece of a monologue or something, and they had to connect all 3 of these things with a topic, with something that was right. So I had assigned, I forget what the art and the music was, but I had assigned one of my students the Trojan Women, and I was reading it. This was about 2018. No, 2017. I assigned it to my student. And in rereading the Trojan Women, I was like, I need to do this with an all-black cast. That's what I need to do. So the idea had started then. And then I guess we did it in 2019. So it took like 2 years for that to actually, for me, finally, I called Merlin Brown in April of 2019. And I was like, look, I have this idea, and I want you to be Hecuba.
Yes.
Can you do it?
She did an amazing job.
She was like the first choice. I was like, you got to be Hecuba. You have to do it. And then she was like, yes, I will. And then she did it. And
she's
so brilliant.
Such a strong black
Always.
woman.
She really is. She's like one of my spiritual mothers. I love her so much. I call her. I ask her questions. You know, she's amazing.
And we need women like that.
We really do. We need our elders.
We do.
We absolutely do.
We need it. We need the connections. We need to be able to build from each other. And that's one thing that I like about, since I've been back in Philly, is the creative connections that I've had. Like some people, you know, I had to, you know, push them to the side.
You have to do that with everybody.
But it's not a bad thing, because, you know, you learn from all your experiences, all your relationships, all your connections. So that's one thing that I do enjoy, especially in the creative community. Yeah. You know. So is there any character that you like the most besides Medusa?
Right. I don't know. It's really hard. It's a really hard question. There's been so many characters, right? So in 2001, I was working at Act 2 Playhouse in Arden, or Ardmore.
Is it Ardmore?
Okay. And I was cast as Ani in 9 Armenians, and that was one of those like that. So every character takes you on a really important journey, right? So, you know, I was a very young actress at the time, and I had the privilege of working with Douglas MacArthur, who is passed away now, but he was one of those like formidable directors who pushed and insisted that I go to a place where I didn't know I had, right? So, you know, I would say that character in 9 Armenians was one character that was vital to my development as an actress, you know, and then, you know, going forward, then one would say that, you know, all of those experiences lend themselves to who you are. Yeah. So every character is important. Yeah. Even, you know, Martha Stewart, just the other day, you know, I never did. That was totally a new place for me to delve into. I don't do impersonations. I rarely do comedy. Yeah. You know, it's not.
But she's funny as I don't know what. I wouldn't say the other word, but you know, maybe some kids watching. But she's funny. Right. Trust me, I know.
Right. But you know, like it was so, you know.
I think that's a side of you. You know, like when you, like you said, you hone in on a character and then you find out all these other pieces of kind of.
Yeah. You know, because we're all such complex, complicated, messy people that. Not just one character is going to be the thing that fills it, you know, like when this is something Lily always taught me, you know, she was always like pushing, and she would say, she'd be like, beyond the beyond, you know, she was so big and powerful and Greek, and she just wouldn't let you be any less, you know, and she really taught me that. So really beyond actual characters, I would have to say it was directors. Yeah. Directors who pushed. Michael Gray was another one. He was really, really one of the most important directors in my life. Really? Yeah, because I worked with him multiple times at City Theater Company, and every time I worked with him, he speaks my language, and he was so instrumental in basically teaching me how to be a director just simply by being in his shows. You know, watching him, listening to him,
I think that's the best way to learn.
It is. He was so important. So like, it's then these directors that have been vital to shaping the things I also connect with and think are important. You know, like Lily as a director was just so brilliant and so powerful, and you know, she pushed me and maybe she made me see things in a way I didn't see before, and I feel like that was so important.
So this too, she helped you go to the next level.
Absolutely.
What you do now, and that's producing.
Yeah. So producing, directing, all of those things, and I think that all the people who influenced you along the way, all the people you work with, also, you know, are the people who are shaping you. And then my students, right? I'm learning from them all the time. Oh my God! Right now,
how many students do you have?
Right now, I have like, I don't know, 90 students, maybe 80 something. Oh, somebody else joined.
Oh, that's V. Brown, the actor and the singer. You know Vince Brown. He's
I know Vince Brown. Yes.
With Rich PHL as
well. Yes. I know Vince Brown. Yeah.
So, what is a monologue that you possibly can remember some for us? That you could do for us this
year. Monologue?
Yeah.
Oh, a monologue. Okay.
Or, I mean, you know, whatever creative piece you would like to do. I always like to try to get that across.
Oh, gosh. You're going to put me on the spot.
Really? You?
I know. I feel unprepared.
She can't be on the spot.
So, most recently, what I'll do is I will show you my character of and maybe everyone remembers Lisa Alexander this summer from my piece Karen's Anonymous, but she actually was an actual woman who called the cops because this black man was drawing with sidewalk chalk on his own property.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so she really did this, and then you watch the video, and she's like this neurotic, crazy woman. Okay. So she's in my play, and she goes like this. She goes, "I'm Lisa. It's fine what those people do. I'm fine. And I've learned a lot from this job. I've been supporting #Black Lives Matter ever since the incident." And she does just like that. So go watch the video of her that he filmed, and that's Lisa. You can watch Karen's Anonymous. All of her work, all the words she that I have in that show are words that she has up on on Instagram. Yeah, that she's like not paying attention. Kind of an egocentric narcissist. Yeah. So that's what I got for you.
All right. That was great. So guys, I want you to follow my sister here, and you can follow her at, what's your Instagram?
Oh, Acting Yogini. So at Acting Yogini on Instagram.
So it's can you spell it from because some people
ActingYogini.
And
Acting Yogini.
On Facebook?
On Facebook, I'm Hannah Tsapatoris MacLeod.
Like she's going to remember. Like who's going to remember that?
I don't know. But if you follow me on Instagram, then my name will be there, and then you can follow me on Facebook too.
There it is. There it is. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been great.
This has been so much fun,
and it was very comfortable and relaxing because she's my sister. This is what we do. We connect and we create.
Yay!
See you guys next time. Thoughtful Thursday.
Thoughtful Thursday. Remember Thoughtful Thursday.
Have a great one.
Bye.